Oh, well, I was so thirsty looking for my juice, and I couldn't find it. It was right here. So, anyway, Sandra, this is such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
And now that I know where I hide and how I hide, perhaps you like my home. So, are you feeling comfortable here?
It's a nice place. Thank you for inviting me.
So, well, as we were talking about the dirt of Hollywood, you know, would you mind if I ask you uh, one bad experience that you had here in Hollywood?
One bad experience? Oh
Yeah,
God, I have many.
there are many, but I mean, one special one that you would like to talk about.
I guess it's the time you meet all these people and they tell you to come to the meetings, and it's not close to your home. You drive a long way, up in the hills to meet them, and it's just talks and talks about movies, about what they could do for you, and at the end of the day, it's nothing happens. But you waste your time. You waste your time getting there. You waste your time, you know, talking to them, and you believe in them. You actually believe what they try and tell you.
So that means you were getting into production, or you were only in post production? No, in pre-production.
Pre-production. I mean,
So you never got
nothing.
into
You
production.
never got nothing. No, it just talks.
Mhm.
Talks that they have big $1 million budgets. They got cameras. They got lights. They got a team. In reality, they didn't have nothing. They wanted you to bring the team. They wanted you to bring the budget. They wanted you to bring everything.
Well, that
He
means
just has the idea, but everything's supposed to be on your back. So you're piggyback.
they piggyback the usual. They jump all over your shoulders, and you're supposed to carry them all over your life. I don't think so. Doesn't work that way. You know, the reason I'm asking you because I passed through the same experience, especially for what you're mentioning. You know, some people they claim that they have this multi-million dollar budgets. They have the money. They're going to do this for you, this, and that. But the truth is that they are pitching, trying to get what you have.
Yeah.
You know, so try to take advantage of your knowledge. Number one, you know, your experiences, your contacts. That's another one. They want to know who you're working with, and they will stab you in the back. So the other one is about, okay, if you have equipment, if you have obviously like maybe a good location, or I can use your house, or I can use your location, or I would say also the equipment, I can use this and that, I can borrow your clothing, I can do this. So they're trying to get something out of you. Did it
Yes.
happen to you?
All the time.
You see?
All the time. I had one bad experience when I financed this one movie. Okay, I actually worked full time, and my own personal money I financed it.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they took the money, and movie was only done halfway, and it died. And I actually said, hey, they didn't want me to direct. I was a producer on at that time, and I was pushing this team to continue filming. And they're like, well, we only shot about a quarter of the movie. If you want to finish it, we need to put up some more money. If I gave you all this change of money, we could have done the 3 times more. But it looks like they just pocketed it in their pocket and just scrammed around. And it took them about, was it 8 years later, since that day, they finally finished it. 8 years later. And it was the most horrible thing I ever saw in my life.
Oh my God. Well, that is actually, I would never put up with that stuff. For instance, you
And
know.
they had also gave me no credit. They gave me associate, assistant,
One of those.
producer. So.
Oh yes, I remember. I know exactly what you're passing through, or you passed through. You know, I worked with someone. Um, she was from Russia. She wrote a movie which was a feature film.
Okay.
And okay, so I agreed to work with her as a co-producer. Remember that co-producer. So I also acted in it. I gave her my big home, and also I paid for everybody's performance. All
Sure.
the actors were paid by
Sure.
me, not by her. Okay, so the script was done. We went into production. Okay, production was done. Then we went into post-production, editing and everything. Unfortunately, this person, you know, had some issues within herself and also of the things she was doing just to be here legally, which she had the nerve to come into this place and this exact spot when people were coming for casting. She was not casting them. She was not even asking, okay, what kind of acting do you do, going into the resume. No. First thing she was saying is, are you married? Are you single? Where you work? Okay, where are you from? You know, what she was trying to do is
The
trying
list
to
of
find.
questions.
Yeah, she was asking them if they were single because she was looking for someone to get a green card. You know, and unfortunately, things like this could not be accepted or tolerated in my own home. I yelled at her right behind this wall, and I said, "What are you doing? This is not, you know, a meeting for your personal affairs." Well, one way or the other, you know, I help her, giving her the sponsorship,
Mm-hmm.
in order not to leave the country. I help her in good faith with the bottom of my heart. Okay. Next thing you know, when the movie was finished, she went behind me, asking the actors to sign all the releases towards her name, basically to cut me off the movie.
Horrible. Horrible.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
After everything I did for her, okay, and I think I told you some of the details of far as is feeding her, taking care of her, and everything else. Okay, now, at the end of the movie, she gave me what you just got. The credits, I was a wardrobe stylist. Hello. Okay, my attorney, who paid a lot of thousands of dollars, he got no name in the credits. Nothing. But she put her neighbor in it. Who
Must
gave
be-
her a tiny little
Must be a
apartment?
good neighbor.
No, who knows? But that's some of the dirt that I dealt with.
Right.
So, but I don't want to be too negative about this interview. Do you have something beautiful, something really nice that happened in your career in this industry?
Not so many, but yes, there is.
Yeah, but tell me one. Tell me a good one.
Okay, I'll
because
tell you one.
I have one.
I have a
good
good friend of mine. His name is, I don't want to mention his name, but he's a very good. He's actually in all my movies.
Well, he's a good friend. Then you can mention his name. So
Okay, well, his name is Ray La Rochelle. Okay, he's from
Oh.
Canada originally.
Oh, La Rochelle, I saw him last
and
night.
he
yeah.
made it very clear to me. Look, I don't have an idea and I don't have a movie, but I have resources. Okay, I got locations, I got houses, I got cars, I got places we can film, I got studios, whatever you need. I even can help you fund the movies. Okay,
Nice.
let's get together. Let's make projects together. He's probably not the greatest actor in the world, but he's actually no, I'm serious. But he's actually there for you. Okay, he puts in an
That's
effort.
alright.
He puts in effort to actually make the magic happen. He puts in effort to go out of his way, and he actually gets you what you need to make a movie. So he's actually one of my great success stories in my film career
Very
because
nice.
he actually helps me a lot with all my movies. From the beginning to the end, from funding to locations to acting to casting.
He's a wonderful man. From what
Wonderful
I-
man. He comes to the casting. He picks the actors. He tells me, look, this person is cool. I know we like him, but this one has more talent. Or we can work with this person. We cannot work with this person.
Stay away from that one. Okay. I know.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, I know. He's
know.
very picky. I know that.
But he's also a martial artist. He's a
Oh, I had
fabulous
seen
man.
one of the scenes that he was doing in the movie. I think it was over a river or the edge of the rocks. Do you see that
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Amazing work.
He's a stunt choreographer, and he helps on set from the beginning to end. He's also an actor. My movie, this limo driver.
He's
he
the
was
driver.
actually he was the limo driver
He was the
himself.
driver.
You
He
know.
stole the show. I loved it. So, well, I'm glad that you had a great experience with him because he gave you, something very solid. His experience, his help, his skills.
Yes.
So that's not too many people give that.
Not so
you
many
know.
people can open their homes to you and they open, their resources for movies.
And no, everyone is
He's a very,
real
he's
because
a very
everyone's
humble man. He's very real. He's a very humble man.
And that's the best.
And if you actually want something to be done, and you ask him, "Hey, Ray, can you do this for me? I really need you right now."
So you can count on him.
You can count the man.
Okay.
He will be there for you.
All right, Ray, La Rochelle, I'm saying hello, to you from Hollywood. I hope I see you again. I saw you last night. So the reason I ask you about something good is because I have worked with many, many people, in different productions, whether they were big or small. But I have a wonderful experience, which the movie I was telling you about, the Russian girl tried to
Yeah.
steal the credits. One of the actresses, she's from Italy. Hello, Laura. I met her.
Little
You know, and Laura Fantucci, very well-known actress. We became friends in that movie, and ever since we never stopped. So so not knowing, by this Russian girl I was telling you, she was underestimated her talent.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, not knowing that she's actually a director herself. So I work with Laura and I work with her husband, Chris Mariotti. Wonderful people. We worked in music videos. We work in TV series. Then we have done more music videos, and we had a wonderful relationship as friends. But more than anything, professionally, we had achieved many good things. We are in very good terms. We're friends, and that's the main thing. People that deliver, they care about you, they are strong enough to support you, and you're also with them. And more than anything, it's the respect. So we are wonderful friends, and it's a wonderful experience for me,
Of course, yeah.
to have that. And I have other great experiences, but just part of it, who I thank for many of my achievements in this industry.
Yeah.
So the other thing I was going to ask you now, changing the subject, uh, can you explain me a little bit about what happened last night? Okay, this is what happened, guys. So he invited me to his movie premiere, and I'm like so overwhelmed. Oh my God, I'll be there. Definitely, I'm gonna, film, photograph, and everything else. So, not knowing of how many people were going to show up. So, how do you feel about that?
I was hoping that maybe 5 people shows up. Well, I'm kidding.
Then
There was like 150 people came to this event. And when I got there a little late. I don't want to be the first one there, but I got a little late, and I came in. It was
whoa!
yeah, it was crazy. Everyone's running around. Everyone was jumping in for pictures. It was a fight for pictures.
Oh my God! Don't get me into that one.
People were not. We had a little organized. Stay in line, but people jumped the line. They were just trying to force themselves on the runway, on the red carpet, red carpet, and step up and take pictures. And then we had like 3 photographers, including Javier, taking pictures, and
the whole thing and that.
yeah, I mean it was a chaos.
So chaotic. Well, fortunately, the area wasn't that big enough to please every photographer.
Yeah.
So, and also people got out of control instead of following the line. They started cutting and jumping over. Photographer went over.
One thing I will have to change next time is get a bigger step to repeat. The step to repeat was only made for 4 people at a time, and we had like 8 at one time.
Or even more. Because at the time that we did the entire cast, there were about maybe 16 people in the lens. I didn't have the wide lens with me.
Next time, that's what I need to do. I will get a bigger step to repeat. Not only 8 by 8, something like 16 by 8, because it was.
No, it's nice.
No, it wasn't big enough.
No, but it's like you didn't expect it. I was very happy that the entire theater was full.
Yeah.
And people came to see you, and there were many people well known in the
Lots
industry.
of our fans, people inspiring, loving people.
A lot of people that had experience, like good actors and some great producers as well, But other than that, like what I was I asked several people about your movie because they presented a music video. Which let's just start with the music video. How do you get into that producing of that video?
Alina Fier is a good friend of mine. She's also a Romanian person like I am originally. And
excuse the back the noise from the neighbors. I'm sorry.
She actually approached me with an idea that she wanted to do this music video, a reality show music video. It was the first time ever flash mug style reality video. And at the beginning I wasn't really so interested because I had other things going on at that time. But I said, you know what? I'll help her out. I'm interested. Let me do it. She's a good friend of mine. I don't want to say no to friends.
Where was it from though? Because you guys were in a
Newport Beach.
Okay, because a pool party, pools in a building.
We were at Newport Beach. We had our friend Cheryl who actually allowed us to use his beautiful home, and
I was thinking it was Vegas.
No, it was in Newport Beach.
Okay.
Nice. And it was very nice. It was shot in 2 days. We prepared almost 5 months for 2 days of filming.
5 months for that?
Yeah.
Well,
a lot
no
of
comments on that one.
But we got it done.
So you're talking about from the filming to 2 days. That means indoors, outdoors.
Yeah.
And what about the editing? Who did the editing?
She did the editing. Alina Fiera did the editing. That took her about a couple of weeks to be done, but the filming took 2 days.
Okay. And who was in charge of the filming, if you don't mind asking?
That was me. I enjoyed the filming.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And your equipment?
No, the equipment, I brought in Rich Bella, which is a very good cameraman. He's a good photographer, and he's
Mhm.
also a director of photography. And I worked with him in the past on a movie called Can't Move On a
Mhm.
while back. And I know he had a good experience. I know his knowledge. I know his vision.
Right.
And he's the
Okay.
kind of person you can rely on. He's
Mhm.
also the same guy I'm working on with this new movie I'm doing right now called Business of Betrayal. He's also my camera guy on this
Oh,
one.
that one. Yes, I was a little bit confused a couple weeks ago about whether it was that one or the limo driver
Limo
coming out.
Driver was filmed with another director photographer. It was
Okay.
filmed with a total different camera guy. But Rich Bella is a very great person to work with. He has the vision that I have. So I knew exactly what Alina was going for. So when you go with a certain look, I know which kind of camera guy I'll bring into the table. 'Cause each camera guy has a different kind of
Yeah.
version, different kind of
Well,
eyes.
everybody has the different
style.
perspective.
Exactly, correct.
Perspective and style, as you said.
And Rich Bella was the right person to choose for this video, and I made the right choice on it.
Now, how do you feel about the actual product now that it's finished as far as the music
I'm very
video?
happy. I'm very happy with the product. It was more than successful.
Mhm.
And we also did a documentary on making.
Yeah,
this
like
music.
singing station,
Yes.
right.
But I believe at the end of the day, I'm very happy. It was a successful story, and
And I didn't get a chance to ask. I'm sorry.
yes,
To ask Aline about it. I mentioned something in a little interview I did yesterday as far as where is she going from here? Because is she going to get into the Grammys? How many songs does she have already for her album? Because as you know, it's a minimum of 12 to 13 tracks
Right.
in album in order to qualify to be into the Grammys. There's so to be considered, not even to get in. So okay, so that will be a next step. But how many more songs is she going to do? Are you going to produce them? What are your expectations about
you know
this?
what? At that time, we only talked about this BTO. Been thinking of the music song. And the music video.
Yeah, I know.
And
So as a single.
yes, yes.
As a
She has many songs, by the way. And she keeps on producing many other songs. And she has other producers she's
Because
worked with.
I never got a chance to ask her if she already has a whole,
Yeah, she
album.
has a whole album put together. She has many songs, and she's working on upcoming songs.
Oh, even
As
better.
for me directing and producing any more of her stuff, only time will tell.
Okay. Let's.
As for now, we have nothing on the table. But if we get to crossroads once again, why not?
I know. I was a little bit confused last night because when I asked her about what do you think about the limo driver, and she said, "I don't know anything." I'm like, "What?"
That is quick, 'cause she has never seen the movie.
I know, but
She never seen the movie.
She didn't see the movie, but
Until last
she
night.
didn't know much about it. I'm like,
I haven't spoke to her
You know.
about the limo driver. That's the thing.
I knew. I talked about it. I was very, into it, and so finally I saw it yesterday, and I was like, okay. So the movie starts by him being naughty as always, So and then it goes into more action, and then it goes into the mafia stuff. And you guys need to see it. I'm not going to spoil it. And then someone like Ray comes in, and then
Saves the day.
and then there's no blood is splashed all over. Okay, so but you guys need to watch it. Remember, Limo driver. But so, how do you feel about this movie? Did you do good? Did you do
I
okay? Could you do
I think-
better? Are you really excited? Come on.
With what we had to work with, I think we did the best we could. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm very happy for it. It was a very successful movie. With the things I had to work with, what I had in the box, it is the best I could have done. Of course, you can always do better. If you have a bigger budget, you can do better. If you have better equipment, you can do better. If you have better location, you can do better. It's always what you can do better. Is the sky's the limit. It's what you have at that moment when you actually film something.
Mhm.
You have to work with what you have. Okay, and no excuses. Okay,
There you go.
no excuses. If you
No
have
excuses.
this, you have to work with this. Okay, if you don't have it, you just can't pull it out of a hat. You don't have it. You have to work with what you
But
have.
that's exactly it. It's like I feel it applies to two different kinds of scenarios to me at least. Okay, as far as it's filming, okay, yes, you need to work with what you have, and if some people can help you, that'll be nice and welcome. But if you don't have it, please don't be pretentious and tell me I have this and I have that when you don't have it.